Alright, hello everyone. So I just wanted to do a special update on the new lines of storms that are forming along the cold front here. So your area of low pressure is probably right now across eastern Kansas and western Missouri here, and your cold front is extending back to the south and west like this across central and eastern Oklahoma and then central and western Texas here. And that cold front is moving east, and it's intersecting with the warm, moist air mass that's coming in from the Gulf. That warm, moist air being advected in by your low-level jet on the eastern side here. And so you see how these thunderstorms are firing up, especially across central Texas and eastern Oklahoma into northwestern Arkansas, and then over central Missouri as well. These storms are really firing up. And I want to focus on, for this video, I want to focus on these cells over Texas and Oklahoma because these are, I think, going to be the tornado producers and your main threat again for large hail. You have very high values of CAPE across these areas, as I showed you in my other videos earlier. So that means there's a lot of lift coming off the surface of the ground because there's very high temperatures. So there's going to be warm air advecting upward off the ground into the updrafts of these storms, and that in turn will strengthen them a lot. Okay, so we are going to zoom in here. As you can see, this cell right here, let's zoom in. I just want to zoom in a little bit on this cell. If I can, I don't know if I can. Let's try it. Alright, so zooming in near Dallas here. Alright, so you have a couple of cells here, and this one to the north is what I'm looking at right now. There's a tornado warning out on this cell to the north here, near Denton. Denton already got crushed by another thunderstorm earlier. Now you have this cell to the north that's moving in, and look, it rapidly formed along your cold front. Look, it just came out of nowhere. There's a lot of instability here. And this cell, you can see the purple and the dark red. That's indication to me of very large hail that's going to be associated with this cell. And then on the southwestern side, you see this little hook there. You see this little hook, this signature there? That's indicative of, you can see how the precipitation's wrapping around the updraft of this supercell storm. And that's indicative of the updraft rotating. And when you have strong rotation like that, that's key for a tornado to form. And there is a tornado warning out on this cell that's near Denton right now. So if you're south and west of Denton, and maybe even into Denton, number one, you got to watch out for another round of large hail. I know. There was very large hail there earlier today with another cell. This cell is going to be capable of producing large hail. And then watch out for a tornado on the southwestern side. Now, the cell near Dallas and Fort Worth right now, west of Arlington, that seems to be weakening just a little bit. But, again, large hail is still a threat, and maybe some damaging winds as well. But this cell right now near Denton is what you got to watch out for. And zooming back out to the state here. Zooming back out to the state of Texas here. You can see there's that cell I was just showing you. It's north of Dallas and Fort Worth. It's near Denton. You have another cell. This is the cell that brought large hail to Denton earlier out here. That's weakening now. You have another cell by Fort Worth. Again, it's kind of weakening now. This cell to the north is kind of taking over. And then you have a few more cells back across central Texas here, south and east of Abilene. These are going to continue to move to the east and northeast of Waco here, so watch out if you're in these areas. And then back across south and east of San Angelo, you have a couple more cells forming as well. And all of these cells are going to be capable of producing large hail and damaging winds. And especially this cell up here near Denton, north of Dallas, you might be getting some tornadoes. And any of these cells, when they get into this environment over eastern Texas that's more conducive for instability and lift, you got to be worried about tornadoes to form. And any of these cells as they move east, I'm going to be worried about tornado development across central and eastern Texas. San Antonio, Austin, Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, and then north towards Denton. All of these areas need to be worried about possible tornadic supercells over the next few hours, I would say. Houston, we'll see if it makes it that far. Okay, so that's what we're watching there. We zoom back out here to the region. Then you see you have another line of storms here across Missouri, extending back southwest into northeastern Oklahoma. Again, some of these cells are showing distinct signatures as well. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so here we are. We got some more cells towards Jefferson City. You see some purple in there, so large hail is certainly a threat. And then extending back towards Springfield. You got some more cells developing there, so damaging winds. Columbia, Jefferson City, this is your main cell right now. I believe there was a tornado warning out on this earlier. But it looks like, and you can see a little bit of a signature there. Not much, but a little bit. Okay, so again, watch out there for large hail and some damaging winds. You got more cells extending to the south and east of Joplin and to the south and east of Tulsa. These storms are starting to show some good signature as well for some rotation. So again, no tornado warnings out on these yet. It could happen. We'll have to watch and see if these cells do start to accumulate some tornado warnings. But the purple and dark red in there, so large hail. Certainly a threat. The biggest threat with these storms is going to be large hail. If you come back, let's look at this. By the way, that radar image was courtesy of AccuWeather.com. Now we're going to look at a radar image from the National Weather Service here, if my computer decides to load. Okay, so here we go. This is a radar image courtesy of the National Weather Service, and I just want to zoom in once again on that cell that's near Denton right now. And you can see here, you see how the red, it's going southwest and it comes back and shoots around to the east? Right in there. That's where your tornado is going to be. This is indicative of the rotation in the storm. It wraps around the updraft. Your updraft is right in there, next to that area of purple and red, and it wraps around. That's indicative of precipitation. That's indicative of really strong winds rotating around the updraft and wrapping precipitation around it. And this red box is your tornado warning, so your tornado is going to be in that area where that rotation is. Then you have a severe storm warning out on the cells to the south and east of Dallas and Fort Worth. And then back towards Brownwood, you have another cell here that's capable, again, large hail and some damaging winds. And again, maybe some funnel clouds here with these. But your main tornado cell is this, your Denton for now. And let's take a look at the actual warnings. So here's your warning map. Denton County, again, under tornado warning, excuse me. Okay, so storm spotters and Doppler radar. This is the tornado warning. Observed a developing tornado was located near Denton, moving east at 20 miles per hour. If you are in the city of Denton, take cover immediately now, because this storm looks really, really intense right now. This cell, I'm really worried about this cell. In addition to the tornadoes, large hail and destructive winds in excess of 80 miles per hour have been reported with this storm. So again, this is a really intense supercell. Then you have, this is the storm, I believe that's near Brownsville or Brownwood, where that town was right now. It's observing a oh wait, this is a tornado warning. There's another tornado warning. There's two tornado warnings. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Where's this? Okay, so here's your tornado warning out in Denton. This is a developing tornado right now. And then look over here. This cell that brought large hail to Denton earlier near I forgot where that was, but this cell right now in Fannin County, southeastern Fannin County, this is starting to show some rotation as well. So again, a tornado on the southwestern side here. Right in there, there's a little bit of a hook showing. So there's a decent signature. So again, large hail and tornado here over Texas. And then you have your cell back near Brownwood. It looks to be weakening a little bit. And then the Dallas-Fort Worth one also looks to be weakening a little bit. But watch out, you got two tornado warnings now. Okay. Alright, now we're going to take a look at the storms in Oklahoma. But first, I just want to go over what your storm over here in near Fort Worth is capable of producing. So this is a graphic from the National Weather Service in Dallas and Fort Worth. So this is your current storm that has a tornado on the ground, moving east across Denton. By the time I get this video posted, it'll probably continue to move east over towards Salina and Prosper. So watch out. By the time I post this video, this tornado will probably be over here if it stays on the ground long enough. Aubrey, you got to watch out in Texas here. Little Elm, all of these areas. Watch out for this cell that's going to be continuing to move to the east. This is really concerned about this cell. Okay, and then your cells back in here, large hail, damaging winds. Let's look at the severe storm warnings here. So again, you got some storms capable of producing quarter-size hail and damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour south of De Leon and northwest of Avant. So those areas now. This is Bosque County, Comanche County, northern Coryell County, southern Arath County, Hamilton County. Watch out there. Then you have northeastern Toronto County. I believe you got quarter-sized hail there. So again, another severe storm to watch out for. And another storm here. So again, large hail, damaging winds, the main threat with these. Okay, so this storm here, again, that's northeastern Toronto County, I believe. You're going to have to watch out for some quarter-sized hail there. Quarter-sized hail here with this near Dallas and Fort Worth. And then much larger hail here. I would think this cell here is capable of producing much larger hail. Now we're going to go into Oklahoma and look at these cells. Take a look at this line of storms. Alright, so this is the line of storms that's currently moving across eastern Oklahoma. The ones in Texas look a little bit stronger. I think some of these storms are going to start to pick up in intensity as well and produce some more large hail, damaging winds, and a few tornadoes as well. These are currently capable of producing large hail up to tennis ball size in certain locations. I think this line is going to start to reform back to the south and west. I would look out. Fayetteville soon. You got storms coming your way south and east of Joplin, moving towards Branson and Springfield. You're going to have to watch out for these cells as well. South and east of Tulsa, it's going to stay there. McAllister, you got another complex of storms coming your way. I think you're going to get hit soon as well. So watch out in those areas. Okay, and if you take a look here, we'll look at the severe thunderstorm warnings on those cells. Alright, so we got ping pong ball sized hail. This storm was located near Kiefton and also just west of Chickasaw. That's Oklahoma. So watch out for that cell there, ping pong ball sized hail. This is going to include, it's going to move east across areas Warner, Kiefton, and Rentisville. This includes Interstate 40, miles, markers 257 to 283. So watch out, this cell's producing large hail. Again, now you got 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail near Tahlequah to Pumpkin Center, so watch out there. Hail damage is expected with these storms. 60-mile-per-hour gusts and quarter-size hail, that's one of the weaker cells near Highfield to Cincinnati. And again, 60-mile-per-hour gusts and half-dollar sized hail, so just watch out here for these cells, mainly for large hail and some damaging winds. No tornadoes yet, but if you get individual cells to form, then you would have to watch out for some tornado activity. I think some of these storms are going to become tornadic over the next couple hours. And then we have a couple more tornado warnings across Missouri here. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to get a better radar picture. We'll do this in another video in a second.